Hi guys, and welcome to our first ever Chronicle stream. I'm Mod John, and I'm joined today by Mod Max, Mod Fox, Mod That Jim, and Mod Genesis with a J. So these guys are part of the Chronicle team, and we're here to talk about, surprise, surprise, Chronicle.
Yes!
So, what is it, 4 or 5 days into the release of the
Yep, since Wednesday.
Hang on.
beta?
Maths. That's at least
I can't
some days. Some days.
Some days.
Yeah, some days.
About that much, maybe. So yeah, how's it going for you guys so far?
Excellent, really, really good. We've been really, really pleased with the response so far. Lots and lots of people playing, it's been fantastic. Lots of people wanting keys, which is awesome as well. Yeah, things have gone really well. We've been pleased with how the game's been performing as well. We know we've had some teething issues, but it's been really, really positive.
Yeah,
and we're really glad that everyone's been enjoying the game, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and reading the forums is absolutely fantastic. It's just full of really good ideas, lots of good feedback, lots of really good points, which everyone on the team is actually reading through, and we're going to pay real attention to it as well. So it's fantastic.
Cool. So I see in the chat that people are asking for keys. We are going to be giving away some keys.
Keys or riot?
Keys or riot. So we are going to be giving away some keys during the stream. We'll ask you to spam something in the chat, and our lovely production crew will pick them out for us. I just got tongue pulled at me. Thank you. I want to talk about, like, we're going to show a lot of gameplay today. That's going to be the main focus, to basically show off the game. But I also want to talk about some of the more history of the game sort of things. Yeah. So where did this all start?
Well, I mean, it started probably early 2014?
1800s, I believe.
1800s.
1800s.
Early 2014, and if we go from the really early story of the game, it started with a kind of really small team, i.e. like 4 people, I think.
If that.
If that. Coming up with ideas for a brand new game for the RuneScape brands, and that wasn't Chronicle at that stage. It was just an idea of how we could do RPGs in a different way. Yeah. And they all kind of had this kind of singular theme, which was some level of automation within the game. And we prototyped lots of ideas. Pete was part of that team back then, along with a couple of our developers who are still on the team. Ryan's still on the team. And through that process, a few different ideas came together, and one of them was Chronicle. And it came about from the idea that what if, instead of creating characters that then go on quests, we use the quests as a method, as a tool for creating characters, for adjusting characters. And that was the idea, and then Pete and Ryan went away and created some cool real physical versions of the game, and that spawned into the digital game that we started prototyping. We took that to a playtest, and then the players who we playtested with really enjoyed it, and then that evolved into the product that we have today.
Yeah. So it has real kind of tabletop card game origins, really, which is fantastic, and gives it a certain genuine kind of card game feel to the whole thing. We had a great fun actually playing it as a physical card game. I know a few people actually have questioned and asked, could it ever be released as a physical card game? And the answer is yes, but it's made a lot easier when a computer does all the maths for you.
Yeah. Especially for us.
Yes.
Because we can't work out when we launched the game. So.
Yes. I can't math to save my life, guys. So, yeah.
3 years ago, have cards with like sliders on them, maybe, so that
the
health can go down and all the attacks gone up. Slide that up.
It works for other games. Like Arkham Horror has that, and that works really well for it.
True.
So yeah, I guess anyway.
True.
But we just committed to making a physical version of the game.
I think we're announcing the physical card game.
Oh god.
So it very soon got to the point where we knew that we had to take this digitally, and that was the right thing to start doing. And like as Jim says, we ran lots of different play tests. We made lots of different versions. We had little 2D versions before we went to 3D. We took them down to some play test centres and actually had a bit of feedback early on. And yeah, that's really kind of set us on the path to where we are now. Okay,
so could we have, for people who don't know what Chronicle is, who are watching, a very quick summary before we go to the PCs and to show off the game, of what the game actually is, the essence of Chronicle, what it is?
So Chronicle is a brand new, unique, we underline that a lot, unique strategy card game. The way that we kind of describe the gameplay is more of a quest builder. So like I said before, we came up with this idea about building quests and the player goes on a quest, and instead, like in most card battlers, you would put cards down and your opponent would encounter them. We've flipped flip the story really, and you encounter your own cards as you move along. So the player sets up the board. It's much more about planning and creating combos from the outset using the 4 cards that they have available, or 4 slots that they have available, to create these miniature stories that the then character plays out through. And it's much more kind of about that planning phase and then watching it play out. And then it all culminates in one epic battle at the end.
Because ultimately you're not just playing 1 card at a time, you're playing 4.
Exactly,
which you're kind of committing to 4 different cards at once, which is scary.
It is scary,
but that's what you need to do to build those combos out, right?
Yeah,
and you put those 4 together, you find the ones that really synergize well with each other, and you pull off these really amazing sequences that can really power your character up and do that's almost devastating effects back to the opponent as well.
So hopefully we'll show some of those later on as well. Some of those combos, exclusive combo hacks, guys. Okay, I think it's time for us to head over to Gaming PCs for a quick moment, and I'm going to go over to join Mod Merchant, who is going to show off some basic gameplay with one of the basic decks. I don't know which one he's chosen, so it's going to be a surprise.
Mod voice!
Hello, yeah, so I'm here picking a basic deck at the moment. I'm probably going to go for Raptor, as we've been seeing a lot of Raptor on live. I'll go against the Silver AI to prove I'm not that much of a scrub.
So how you've noticed already that Mod Merchant is Mod Voice. He should have been called Mod Voice in the first place. Whilst we do this, I think we should probably do our first key giveaway. So we're hosting this in RuneScape Chronicle and RuneScape channel. So for you guys who are watching, we're going to pick 2 people from each chat. Can you spam easy one first, code, CODE, for beta code?
Absolutely. So what I'm just doing here is I'm just mulliganing my cards, so anything that I don't think that's fitting to start out with, we actually give you a chance to replace as soon as the game begins. And I've actually managed to draw something useful. Yes.
So your,
the amount of votes that I'm seeing there, that typos, they're awesome.
So you got a couple of Void Brawlers now, they're one of your favourite cards.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a trade-off for health there, which against an Ariane, you could argue that that's not too wise, but, you know, I've got to get that base damage up. That's what Raptor's all about for me. I mean, you can play... The nice thing is there's so many potential strategies with each legend. Personally, I'm not the most subtle of people, so I like to get my base attack up huge and then pretty much batter people. So that's my strategy. Unfortunately, I do lose some survivability for that.
So thanks guys for spamming that in the chat. I think we've got 2 or 4 winners. We've got 2 winners from, so this is the Chronicle chat. Can we also get 2 from the RuneScape chat, please? So the winners from the Chronicle chat are Duverig and Mr. Poe loves something. I see you. I can't read from here. So yeah, you guys will contact you tomorrow sometime with your keys.
Absolutely, congratulations guys. So it's gone into the
There'll
second
be many
chapter.
more during the stream, by the way.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're going into the second chapter now. I've got a few more things that I can play. I don't really think that I should take an undead dragon on right now, so I'm actually going to leave one of my slots empty rather than throw myself against an undead dragon this early.
You're getting a request to please narrate his life story. You're going to become the new Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I already get some interesting comments on my voice whenever I'm live, which is always fun. But
okay, cool. So, so basically, this is Raptor's base deck that you're using, which is very much acts to get permanent increase to your damage plus armor.
Absolutely. I mean, as you can see already, I mean, if you compare Ariane's on 3 base attack, and I'm just sitting there at 6, like, you know, come at me, pretty much. I mean, Raptor he's not afraid of a scrap, and so his stats really reflect that, which is awesome. Hey, Shawnee.
Hey, Shawnee. Matthew is asking, how do you win a code? So in every like 5, 10, 15 minutes, I haven't really got a time frame. Whenever I feel like it, I'm going to ask you guys to spam a word in the chat, and you're going to get picked out at random. So you've got a chance of winning a code.
I'm kind of thinking when I pick up this weapon from this barbarian warrior, I'm going to throw myself against the undead dragon. I'm going to take 6 damage, but I need to just, you know, I need to press Ariane, because if I let her do whatever she wants, she's just going to run with it. You know, I really need to apply pressure to an Ariane. That's how you beat one.
So yeah, you're not
in these comments.
Yeah. So on the flip side, Ariane's kind of more focused on dealing direct damage.
Absolutely, yeah.
In her base deck at least. And that's about it really. She's kind of very face damage.
I think one thing that's worth mentioning with Ariane is the card advantage. You will almost always find that Ariane has more cards than you, and that inherently just gives you more options.
Except if you build a deck especially to gain cards.
Yeah, that's very true. Like Ariane, it sort of comes naturally. Other legends, you'll really have to aim for it. So, in general, I am probably about to get annihilated here. I have a bad feeling about this one. And I've been beaten by the silver AI, so there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
So right, I'm going to head back to the couch.
The world's most
very
sarcastic round of applause. Thank you very much. It is. It is.
That is the best way to start, of course. Cool. So there you see, that's kind of the basic gameplay. Mod Merchant showing his brilliant skills there. I thought you guys had been training him for this. Obviously not. So yeah, we had a quick summary of what it is. Something that I think is worth mentioning for this game is that there's very, very little RNG. So I believe there's only card draw and card discard, where you get a tiny bit of RNG, because obviously you have to have, draw you have to have RNG, and discard, well, that's what we chose to do.
Yep.
It's not you that chooses what to discard in your hand. Apart from that though, I don't think there's anything else. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think one of the key sort of aspects of the game is that the uncertainty comes from the opponent.
Yes.
And they're going to play 4 cards, you're going to play 4 cards. You know, you have to really think about what those 4 cards could be on their side. And so I think we all kind of prefer the game without as much RNG. And, you know, I mean, card draw is kind of an inevitability. You always have RNG in card games through that. But yeah, the rest of it, we kind of wanted to get it from strategizing against your opponent.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the RNG in card draw is somewhat diminished by, obviously, hopefully you've built your own deck, and so you know what's in it. And but we don't have any effects or any kind of mechanics in our game where there's a random percentage chance of anything playing out. We think we used to, actually, right? Like way back in the day of the one of the original forms, we had things like agility checks and very RPG kind of focused mechanics.
Yeah, RuneScape sort of mechanics.
Yeah, well, absolutely, because it was born out of, you know, an RPG, wanting to really bring some of those tropes across. But yeah, we quickly decided that wasn't really in the interest of the game.
Okay. Good. I personally prefer it like that. I don't like RNG in games, even if it's tabletop games, I just don't like it. So I prefer that. So thank you very much for making that like that.
It's our pleasure, John. Yeah. Just for you.
Okay, cool. So I've been asked to share a few stats with you guys. So over the last, 4 or 5 days, we've been collecting some stats on just pretty much anything we've come across in the game. So here are a few for you. The most played legend. What do you guys think? Well, you probably know.
Raptor, yeah. Go on.
Or Ariane, maybe?
Raptor.
So Raptor. And the most defeats?
Who's that?
Of a legend or an individual?
Of a legend.
Who's lost the most?
Ariane?
Linza.
Ariane. I'm going to go with Ariane.
Raptor.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Kind of makes sense, right?
No, that was stupid.
These guys made the game, by the way. I'm just going to go with most played card.
Ali Morrisane. Or KGB agent.
Oh, yeah, Ali Morrisane.
Romilly Weaklax, maybe?
You can never put down a good Romilly. Yeah, I mean, that's a high...
I'm genuinely excited now.
Yeah.
Okay, Skeleton Warrior.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so Skeleton Warrior, for you guys who haven't got the game, is a card that's got 4 attack, 3 health, and who gives you a reward of 3 gold. So basically, you trade. So since you can attack him with your base attack for 2, you're trading off 4 health for 3 gold, which is a rather good trade-off.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing as well, you can very easily get to a point where you can one-shot it.
Yeah.
So there's so many things like Geeker. You can get a low weapon for really cheap, or you can get 1 extra attack.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can one-shot it for 3 gold.
Still surprised. I see that people are also surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that.
As you saw earlier with Mod Merchant, like in the game you can get weapons, you can get armor. You can kind of buff your characters. That's what you're talking about, getting weapons.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to assume that some people haven't played the game, haven't seen the game.
Give those people a key.
Yeah. Should we do another key giveaway?
Yeah.
More keys.
What should we spam?
Raptor.
Okay, let's go. Raptor in both chats. We're going to pick out 2 names from each chat. So RuneScape and the Chronicle.
How about the Raptor?
Just to make
just to be correct.
No. Just Raptor, it'll be easier.
Someone's frankly typing Raptor. They want to put the at the start. Backspace.
Then you're going to get a lot of Raptor, then you get the, then you're going to get Raptor again. So
Ariane. Someone
Ariane.
spammed Ariane into chat. Good work.
So, interestingly, a KGP agent was second. So he's a second most
played. That doesn't surprise me.
That doesn't surprise me either.
Ali third?
I don't know third, sorry. We've got,
why is he not
Merchant,
number one?
Weird. Weird.
If I had to pick third, I would probably guess. I think Ali Morrison's a good chance.
So you don't know what it is? Okay.
Not a lot of friends of Valkyrie, it seems.
If you don't have Ali Morrison in your deck, put it in now.
Yeah, pro tip. Right there.
And I think the last one I'm going to save for right now. I'm going to save some of these for later. So first turn win chance. So I'm guessing this is the chance you have of winning when you are first instead of second.
Yep.
It's 49%. So you've actually got more chance of winning if you're second.
Yep.
Which is
surprising.
Surprising, and I think it demystifies all of that kind of like first wins.
Yep.
That's not the case.
I put a post on the forums on Friday as well, which details some of the other stats about specific legends and their different connotations as well. So you can check some of that out. But again, for almost every scenario, it's almost equal.
I think it's worth pointing out on that topic just how unconvinced we were, like just as players ourselves playing the game.
Yeah, we thought the
it.
same thing, and until we started looking at the stats in the internal kind of Jagex beta, we weren't really confident. And then once we saw that it was the same in the internal beta, that's why we decided to leave things as they were. And, that's what it is.
Confirmation bias is the tricky thing, because you always notice the times when I'd have won if only I'd gone first.
Exactly.
But you don't notice the times, and actually it's the other way around, because
you just win. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to keep looking at it. That's why we're tracking the stats. You know, we need to make sure that it is right. But at the moment, I think stats seem to suggest that it's pretty good.
And that's the same with anything. So any particular things like cards or anything like that you guys are seeing that you think are becoming a problem, shout them out to us. We'll find out the stats and we'll share them with you so that you guys know as much as we do in terms of the kind of overall balance of the game.
Yeah. Just to mention, guys, you can stop trying Raptor. We've got 4 winners. So we've got Snidkribben, Ganjav2, and Notmeyer. You all 4 of you have just won a key. You'll receive it tomorrow sometime, I'm guessing, whenever we get back into the office. And
so I'm just reading the chat. They said don't look backwards.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you had Ariane.
Terrifying Ariane.
Terrifying Ariane.
It's like Panto.
Okay. So I think we should go into a bit more specifics about the game itself. I wanted to show off the different parts of it. So I want to start off with, we started off with the actual game, the gameplay. Now let's go on to kind of like the deck and deck management interface.
I think that's really important.
So we're going to go over to the PCs, but still keep us in a little corner of the screen so we can kind of comment on that.
Awesome.
So here we are in hopefully deck management interface. There you go.
Merchant can't help but go into a game.
That loss. I need to redeem myself.
I know, I'm not going to redeem myself in Deck Manager, but here we go.
Let's build an awesome deck.
Build an awesome deck. All right.
So we're going to build a deck later on. So if we can just go through the actual management thing.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think it's good actually because Merchant's got a few new cards there as well, which is good for us. But so we're looking at the deck manager, and the center of the screen obviously is all your cards. To the top left, that's all of the different legends at the top there, so you can sift through them. They're basically filters which allow you to jump to different legends very quickly. On them as well, you've got little notifications. So the red ones show you the combat cards that you are currently awaiting for you, so new ones that you picked up, and the blue ones are the support cards that are of the same type, and see their merchants like switching between them, so you can check different ones out. So you can rotate through those, they will scroll all the way through, back button obviously down the bottom left there to go back to the main menu. And then we've got 2 more detailed filters at the bottom. So you can search for any card in the bottom left. That kind of applies to all of the different aspects of the card. So you can search for health, you can search for weapons, you can search for the name of the card, different elements you want to try and find about the deck that you want to build, or any cards that you might want to craft, but we'll talk about that later on.
Should probably put those search terms somehow in the game so people know.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I might look at that tomorrow.
And then in the bottom right hand, as we can see there, we've also got the gold filter. So that's the same. If you were looking at the combat cards or the enemy cards, you'd be able to see the heart, which would show you basically the heart cost of a particular card as well. So it enables you to kind of reduce down the amount of cards that you're looking at and get to the ones that are most interesting to you. guess you guys want to talk about the decks on the right-hand side?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Right, Curtis, up to you.
Yeah. So the right-hand bar acts as an overview of how many decks you've actually built, and if you click on one, you go into it, and then, as you can see here now, we're looking at the contents of the deck. So it splits between support cards at the top there, with the gold number of how much they cost, and at the bottom of the list we have our enemy cards and how much health they have. And so that just gives us a nice little neat bit of order of review in terms of what's in our deck. We've got a couple of options actually which are really interesting just at the top of the screen here. We actually have a duplicate feature, and this is something which is really born out of us being card game fans and wanting to see features in a card game that really make deck building a lot easier. So with the duplicate feature, if you've got a deck that's actually working for you and you feel is really, really good, then you can just make a quick copy of that just so you can adjust and put new things in there without screwing up or kind of messing up your original deck as well. So it helps preserve that, and it helps you just kind of being experimental and doing new things as well.
Yeah, and it's worth noticing we want to put in the ability to duplicate basic decks as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Just so that people who haven't yet kind of gotten into deck building have a nice sort of stepping stone to kind of play with.
Which you've already built.
This
Have we?
No.
You built it.
What did I build? What? Practice.
Duplicating basic decks.
No,
that's
practice against your own decks.
That was practice ones. Sorry. Can you
so
pop up?
what was the?
What now?
So there was a quick question in the chat about this interface. Is there a way to filter cards that only give you attack or only give you something?
So yes, by using the search feature.
Yep.
So at the moment, if I was to type, if Mod Merchant was to type attack into that search bar there, then you'll see that the only cards we see are cards that either have attack in their effect text or give you a reward, which is the orange fiery thing, which is our attack power. And so that really helps us kind of filter down all the different options.
Okay, that's really nice to know. Did not know that. So yeah,
there's a little bit of a hidden feature, but yeah, we'll make it more obvious at some point. Don't worry.
This is what closed beta's for. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we could probably put up maybe a forum post that outlines, well, just make it clear in the game, obviously, but for the moment,
ideal.
For the beta, make it a bit more apparent.
A button in the game that goes to the forum post.
Oh yeah.
So you can just read, and that's just re-release for that.
That's the smooth user experience we're looking for.
Sorted.
Absolutely.
Okay. Could we also go to the crafting interface now and show that off and comment on that as well?
Yeah,
that's kind of part of this interface as well.
It's important to note here actually. So there was a really good post on Reddit. I forget who it was from. Apologies if they're watching. But they gave us a little screenshot and they edited some of our screens actually to better reflect where crafting was, and also gave us a couple of bugs on some of our interfaces, and we will be fixing those for Wednesday. So at the moment, Merchant, if you go back to the deck, you'll see that crafting is actually the little tiny button just to the right of the My Decks thing there. So it's that like little tiny button to the top left.
It's not really noticeable, is it?
No. So a lot of people have missed it. So when we're going to be updating that and making crafting much clearer. And also when we're in crafting, we've got a little bit of a bug that some of our gems are outdated. So the gems that are at the bottom of the card are used to reference what the rarity is of the card haven't been updated yet. So something just want to touch upon that we are updating for Wednesday, which will be our first update. But crafting. So when we click on a card, if you're able to craft it, it'll already be highlighted in green. So that means you've got the necessary resources to do it. We have 4 different types of primary resource. So there's sapphires, emeralds, rubies, and diamonds. And those are basically assigned to the different rarities of card that we have within the game. So obviously sapphires being the most common, and diamonds being the rarest. When you craft the card, that's going to use 2 different types of currency. So for all of the generic cards, the cards where you can use with any of the different legends, you just use the crafting gems. But when you start to look at legend-specific cards, we also have this functionality called a legend token. So you require legend tokens to craft legend-specific cards, and that's the thing that's going to get used up as well. So we also have at the bottom there to the feature to destroy the card, and also upgrade it, which is something we'll be looking at in the future, which will give us gold cards, so you'll be able to upgrade certain cards into gold as well. So when you're doing that, you can destroy cards that you don't want to, or recycle them, and that will give you materials to build the cards that you do want. So when you're getting new cards from packs, it allows you to get the cards that you want. which is a really nice feature. So it's something that I mentioned, I put in the forums a couple of days ago, that we're going to be spending a lot more time in crafting in terms of development. We're going to be doing let's say a major redesign to the way it functions. We're not really happy with the way it works at the moment. We want to do some changes to it. We've had lots of feedback on it. And one of the first changes we want to do as quickly as possible is change the way that legend tokens work. So we've updated that on the forums, and the way we're going to work that is that they're going to be expansion based. So for the current set of legends, you are going to be able to craft any of the legend cards using the same legend token, which means that you'll be able to destroy Linza cards that you might not want and create Ariane ones and vice versa.
That makes sense.
So it means then there's going to be much more freedom to create the cards that you want to, but they'll still remain so that we can, when we expand the game, legend tokens will still apply to the cards that come out with those expansions.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. I've got a quick question from the chat. Is this browser based? So no.
No, it's not browser based. It is currently PC download only, but we will be looking to expand that. We know we've had lots of questions about Mac and Linux, and that's something we'll be expanding upon next year, along with other platforms as well.
Okay. Are we going to mention which platforms or not?
Definitely iPad, because we've already talked about that a lot. I mean, I've shared stuff on Twitter of the game running on iPad. We chose to run for PC first of all because it's something that we know that RuneScape players, we know that everyone can play, but it's something we do want to expand upon. We know it's a great experience. I know I've played it quite a lot. We've played it on our sofas at home. It's all good. We don't go all to the same house and play on our sofas.
No, it'd be a very big sofa.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Just this sofa. We live here.
Is this your house?
Yeah.
I like the sofa.
But yeah, for now it's just PC only. Just PC only.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. So go back to crafting. Sorry.
That's all right. Cool. I think we covered the basics of crafting there.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the last thing to cover is like card rarity as well. So as you mentioned, you have different colored gems, so different color rarities.
Yeah.
So could you go through those quickly? How you're going to get quite a lot of sapphires.
Yeah, so when you open a card pack, hopefully most people have opened a card pack. If you haven't,
We'll do that in a sec, don't we?
Yeah, we'll do that in a second. When you open a card pack, you get 5 cards. The first 4 cards can be kind of any rarity, but the last card will always be at least an emerald, so at least an uncommon card. So we always guarantee that, but it could be anything as well, so it could be much higher than that. But the rarities of card mean mostly to do with power as well, so that as the rarity of the cards go up, they become slightly more powerful. They're balanced in slightly different ways, so the way we like to talk about it when we were thinking about the ideas for the rarities is that they're not generically more powerful, so they won't give you more gold for the same amount of effort, for instance, but they'll be more powerful with a little bit more effort. So your combos that you might need to do with them might take a little bit more time and energy to pull off, but they'll be more powerful than the basic ones that you have to begin with. So they become much more interesting the higher the rarities go.
Cool. Talking about decks, we're now going to hop over to the PCs again, and we're going to open a couple of decks with Mod Merchant or Mod Voice. Cool.
Okay, so you want to have a look over my decks? Well, they're not fantastic right now because this is actually.
So we're going to open some decks, not show yours.
Oh, open some packs, do you?
Yes, open some packs.
Oh,
sorry,
awesome,
I always get this wrong.
That's all right.
I do know what a deck
I
and a
was
pack
slightly
is.
confused.
Sorry,
I am poor. I'm a pauper on this game.
You are a pauper.
Do you have an account that we can open some packs on?
I do not.
I certainly do.
I've got one.
You've got one?
Yeah, I've got my account with 4 packs worth of stuff.
Okay,
Cool.
that's cool.
If you want to come and log into this.
Come over.
Okay, cool. So whilst you log into this,
Spell my name right.
cool.
Surely good. Right. So you have 300 soft currency. I'm going to spend all your money, Max. I hope that's okay.
Get me some good cards at least.
That's the plan.
Okay, so we're now buying 3 packs. We've got a total of 4. Pray for diamond right now.
You do have to pray for diamond. I love the pack opening on here. The way it drops down to the book's very cool. We even have our own little pack opening environment, which is awesome.
Didn't you want to get 2 diamonds in a pack?
Thank you for reminding me. Yes, that was on a test account. So I managed to open. I believe the odds in that are pretty astronomical, and I managed to hit it, and then immediately close the account, never to see it again. And that's a double uncommon. That's pretty good. We'll take that. I mean, that's not too rare to get, but that's a nice pack.
I think it might be time for another key drop as well.
It would be. So could we?
What's the keyword this time?
Pack.
Booster.
Nah.
or pack? Pack. Go.
Pack.
Let's go for pack in the chat, both chats, and we will give away 4 keys.
Scarface Pete, I love that card. That's one of my favourite cards in the game.
Okay, so basically what happens is you get the 5 cards in
Such a
front
good
of you, you click on each card and it reveals each card in a sequence.
It certainly does.
As you were saying on the couch before, we usually get the rarest last.
Yeah, you always get the rarest at the last. So even if you hit like, I really love that because what it means is that if you hit like an uncommon card or so on like your 3rd card, you know there might be a diamond sitting at the back. So it's absolutely great. It's a really nice like suspenseful adding. It's awesome. Unfortunately, we're not hitting any diamonds right now. We've got one more pack left.
One pack left.
Can I go over each card for this one?
Yeah.
I'll go over each card as I get them. Okay, cool. So first we've got Ring of Recoil. That card used to be the bane of the office until it was calmed down slightly. Thank you very much, Durando, for sending me challenges. But yeah, that used to be the bane of the office. It's a nice little card. It's free damage, so you see that feature a lot in decks like Ariane's Damage and Ozan. So sort of early aggression-wise, that's a really nice early damage card to pick up. It's completely free. Dazing Shot, again, like a feature, a staple in damaging Ozan decks.
So just interrupt you to say, we have our 4 winners, so you can stop throwing pack right now. Go again.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Dazing Shot, absolute staple in Ozan damage dealing decks. If you're up against a Raptor or a Linza, you know, if you can catch Linza taking on a barrel chest and make them take a free 8 damage, it's a huge hit. Great card. Rock Cake, Raptor Classic, stack up that armor, more of the like health trade-off that we saw before, but a lot of survivability from it. The Colonoromancer, who's a very popular card.
Tongue twister.
Because yeah, that's like I've practiced saying that for this. But yeah, no, he's a fantastic card. Like if you can one-hit kill that as a Raptor, the amount of health you can gain back is huge, and it's not too much of an investment to get 6 attack. And finally, we have the Chaotic Rapier. So this is the real tank buster of Linza's arsenal right now. I mean, if you're against a Raptor, like you can just sit and let him stack up armor. You can just go, that's fine, you get 20, 30 armor, because I'm going to equip this 16-1 Chaotic Rapier, and you're going to have a horrible time after that. So yeah, it's an absolute tank buster of a card. That is a fantastic card. That's actually a nice pack. We got a lot of usable cards in that, so that's pretty sweet.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, I got them for max, so, you know, never mind.
Yeah. So once you get your cards, they will appear in the collection
They will indeed. We'll go check out the new Dazing Shot. Here it is.
So you actually got 2 of those, which is nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Okay. So could we now go to actually build a deck?
Absolutely. Create a new deck. Here we go. Cool. So I was just chatting about Raptor. Why don't we make a Raptor deck? Okay, so when you create a deck, it brings you into the deck creation management. This is really nice. We have a couple of really helpful tools in here that normally, trying to knock my bottle over, that normally you'd have to get from a third-party website. We've actually built them into the game, which is a really nice touch. What you can do is you can view the total rewards. So for instance, if I put 2 adamant armors in there, it's telling me that I'll get 10 armor overall from my deck. This is a great little addition. You can see it going up more as I add more. I add a weapon, there's 1 total weapon. Really nice touch. Another thing that we've got right here is a graph that will show you the cost and health of every card in your deck. This makes sure that, so if you're trying to establish a nice ramp deck or a nice early game deck, you can check this and make sure that you're not going to require too heavy an investment to get your deck to work. It's a really nice touch again. It's our deck creation is actually pretty powerful, and it's only going to get better, so which is fantastic. So the decks are limited at 30 cards minimum and 50 cards maximum. Those of you already playing the game know there's been quite a lot of discussion over this, and we hope to have an update for you later this week on our plans for that. So yeah, essentially you can pick any general cards you want, they're all class, and the legend that you've picked, you have access to their specific cards as well.
I think it's worth mentioning at this point that you're limited to 2 of each cards except the diamond, and the diamond you're limited to 1 of the cards per deck.
Yeah, and I've seen a few people saying, why can't I have 2 party hats, you know, 2 Lady Kellys, and the answer is, we tend to make diamond cards a little bit more powerful so we can show off their, like, I don't know if powerful is the correct word, more intense in their effects. They tend to have very signature effects that are balanced around happening once a match. Like, if you manage to pull out some of these diamond cards twice, things would get absolutely mad. So that's the reasoning behind you can only have 1 in a deck. So yeah, you add cards until you're happy. I'm just going to get 15-15 with this to get a nice balance of adventure and fight cards. Going to put some sort of like the classic Raptor cards in, a lot of survivability. Need a little bit of gold. We don't have too much on this account yet, so you know, this is more like a mod. I'm going to put Scarface Pete in there because that card is just absolutely fun. Yeah, he's a fantastic card. Black Demon, again, another brilliant card for Raptor. We've got a lot of nice Raptor cards.
I quite like Black Demon for Linza as well, but
yeah, Black Demon's fantastic for Linza. Anything with Linza or Raptor that allow you to just punch your opponent in the head, excellent touch. And we're gonna go for the Undead Dragon. Like, he can afford to tank this stuff. I mean, he's great. So yeah, and then all that's left to do after you have made your deck to your satisfaction is give it a name.
So what are we gonna name our Raptor deck?
What are we gonna name our Raptor deck? That's a very good question. How about this is please win. That's a very good shout.
Please win blocks.
Plus. Actually no, we're gonna go for something more useful. We're gonna go for Nerf Silver AI, and we'll save that.
So I think what you should do now with your very fresh deck is head over to the challenges and challenge someone to play.
I should challenge somebody to play. I don't. Unfortunately,
challenge someone there, or just.
Unfortunately, we don't have anybody free. We should play a random player. That's what we should do.
Hopefully, it's going to be someone who's watching, and you'll have a huge advantage over you.
Let's go into play for fun. I don't want to lose Mod Max ranks. I don't think he'd appreciate that.
I've not got any ranks in this. I'm using my proper account.
So this is going to be a Raptor versus Raptor mirror match.
Okay, so shout out to Uti Matel, who is part of the French community. I know this guy.
Excellent.
Just completely, like, random know this guy.
So no, that's good. That's adding a bit of personality to the match. That's awesome.
So yeah.
Streaming the Mulligans?
Yep, we are streaming the Mulligans. We're going to get stream sniped here, but you know, c'est la vie. So how easy should I go on this guy if you know him?
You can do damage that you need to do.
Jolly good. I'll take that as no mercy.
Yeah, so what we can do is head back over to show the couch at the same time, and if you guys want to heckle and judge all of these plays, I think that's probably the best thing to do here.
Yeah, we do love a good heckle.
Is this basic decks?
No, I'm playing the deck that I just made.
Oh, awesome. Sorry. Can you remind us the name of it again, please?
It is Nerf Silver AI because I didn't.
I didn't play it in the casual. Okay.
Yeah, as somebody who's a fairly, you know, self-promoted good Chronicle player, I feel like I might need to regain my honor a little bit here. So.
So yeah.
Can you tell us what your plan was in this first round?
Yeah, essentially in this first round, it's a very sort of standard Raptor opening, trading off a little bit of my health, gaining some more stats, getting up to that 3 base attack. You'll find that you can do a lot with 3 base attack. It's fantastic. Yeah, and a bash at the end, that's my security bash. Okay. You're trying to take a sword into the next round, I'm not going to let you do that. So, you know.
I have to say, I've started to play the game with always a bit of heals down, just in case. Not if you need it.
Absolutely. Strategy and preempting what's going to happen is a huge part of Chronicle. I mean, it's a very strategy-intensive game. So yeah, here unfortunately we don't have the best luck with our draws. Okay, so this is preparation. This is a great Raptor card. He doesn't have gold gain from too many of his fight cards, so instead we're going to use it by essentially converting our next enemy's attack. And this rewards that nice sort of Raptor feeling that the bigger the enemy they fight, the greater your rewards are going to be. So unfortunately, having said that, I'm going to use it on a White Wolf.
Defense potion the Black Demon?
I can defense potion the Black Demon. I was actually going to defense potion the Undead Dragon and just try to burn this guy down. It's probably not going to work, but...
Jubbly Bird!
Jubbly Bird.
Always a classic. That's Fox's favourite card. It's the sound it makes.
The sound effects are glorious on the Jubbly Bird.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, down the sound effects. The stream, sorry guys, I forgot to set that up before.
Blame Mod John.
Blame Mod me. Yeah, Mod John. Mod me.
Mod me. What's your mod name? Mod me.
Hashtag blame Mod John.
That should be the next keyword, maybe.
I think that should be, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Go for it then. Hashtag blame Mod John in the chat.
Is that signal of a key drop or end of the game?
Sorry?
Key drop now?
Key drop now, yeah.
Key drop now.
Okay.
Hashtag blame Mod John.
It's not the first time I've had blame Mod John as hashtag, so don't worry about it.
How big's that Undead Dragon now?
Oh, we should probably have clarified how John's spelled, I think.
That's alright. Mod John, J-O-N, that is my mod names. So just see that Captain Couch got smite and got a key. Well done.
Blame Mod Mark. Brilliant.
It's worth noting this time we're going to do 10 keys as well, so we're going to give away 10 keys now.
10?
Yeah.
10?
10.
10 whole keys.
10
so
keys.
5 in each chat, guys.
Wow. 10 whole keys.
There are enough people in the RuneScape chat. Oh, maybe not.
You see, I should not have face tanked that Undead Dragon. This is not going to roll for me.
How much health are you on now? Can't.
What's that?
How much health do you have now? Because I can't quite see your stats from
HP
here.
right now.
Sorry?
I have 4 HP.
4 HP?
Yeah.
Versus how much health does your opponent have?
A bit more than 4.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And he's going first.
It turns out that headbutting an undead dragon to death isn't actually
that
the
was
best
brave
tactic.
in, what, chapter 1?
It was chapter 2.
Chapter 2, sorry, yeah.
So it's not like I wasn't prepared.
Oh, sorry, we're distracting
What's
you.
going down with that Sarah Brew? That's not going to work.
Yeah, I just need any health. I was kind of worried I was going to get like slammed. I'm just like, I just want the 2 HP and I will give you all my gold.
Yeah. You know, you're desperate when you start playing cards, not for the effects, but just for the little reward, little reward at the bottom of it.
So I'm just like throwing my gold away, throwing the Sarah Brew out, and just like, thank you for the 2 health. Yeah, it's not the best tactic in the world. I couldn't recommend it.
Penguin is my second favourite bit of card dialogue.
Penguin is
Sound
objectively the best card art in the game. It's a penguin with a tie and a briefcase. So
amazing.
You can't beat that.
Squawks give me nightmares.
I couldn't play the adamant armor. Yeah, I could play the adamant armor, but I was very scared of health damage coming in. Good job wasting your gold. Yeah, I'm getting savaged by the
It's because this deck obviously was only meant for a silver AI, right?
It's not just that, it's the fact that I was making this deck showing off the deck building UI. I wasn't necessarily looking that much at the cards I put in it.
That's not how you deck build.
It's sort of my arrogance is coming back to haunt me.
Pro tip, Chronicle players, make sure you look at the cards you're putting into your deck. That helps.
To be honest, pro tip Chronicle players, look at everything I'm doing and then don't do it. Just do the exact opposite of my strategy right now and you'll have a great time.
So this coming from someone who's ranked 1, by the way.
Yeah, this coming from, yeah.
He's trolling us then.
He did just take me down with 2 HP. It's a good thing that it's a good thing that I randomly put that Dagonoth in this deck, otherwise I'd be dead.
So guys, we've got the winners for the Blame Mod John spam. So feel free to stop spamming that now. I've seen that enough.
We'll carry on.
I'm still going to get blamed for 2 weeks. That's fine. 1 2 weeks probably. So how are we doing? Are you still not dead?
I'm still not dead, and I'm counting that as like every chapter I make it is a minor victory right now.
Still not dead, but we've got a lot more health in our
Unless I draw some sort of miracle card that I'm not aware exists
Have you
in the
got
game.
that miracle card in your deck?
No.
Okay.
I fear not.
Not even a party hat can save you now.
Jubbly bird.
There is not even a party hat to save me. That's. Oh, this is not a good idea.
You want a fishing trawler ready?
So basically, my strategy in this game is hoping that my opponent makes a colossal mistake.
You're hoping they concede.
I'm hoping that
it's like spontaneously.
I'm hoping that their internet breaks or they misclick a card and die. So
wow,
that's sort of my
So we've got a question.
professional strategy.
We've got a question from the chat, not related to the game that you're actually playing.
I'm very glad for that.
The store.
So it's, yeah, what's happening with the store, guys? Can we have a bit of a comment on that?
Yeah, sure. Well, as you may have noticed if you've been to the store, is that we only have 1 item for sale at the moment, which is makes it nice and easy. But yeah, currently we just have 1 item. You can choose how many packs you want to buy with the single one there. We will have more pack option purchases, but those will be for the other currency that you've seen at the top. So those are Chronicle credits. I know a lot of people have been asking about those little green ones at the top of the screen, which you've been earning a lot and not been able to use those. So they'll be able to be purchase packs as well. But the store's not just for packs. So we're going to be expanding that out. We're going to be looking at different things that we can sell within the store. And all of those things you'll be able to buy with the tokens that you earn for free as well. So not sure how much I can say about what we're going to be selling, but it's not just going to be card packs. So there will be other things that are quite interesting that aren't necessarily gameplay affecting that we hope people will enjoy buying. And that was really creepily how there's
a lot of mystery in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of mystery there. I can't talk about it too much, but we will be selling more. We will be updating the store. That will probably be after Christmas. We kept it simple for the time being, so just focused on buying packs, getting more cards, and we wanted to just kind of test the overall balance and feel of the game before we threw too much at you in the store itself. So there will be more there. Can't talk about too much in there because we're going to try some stuff out, but it hopefully will be really interesting. But you know, it's something we're going to make sure you get a good amount of value out of in terms of your time and in the future your money as well.
So just to clarify another question, it's not going to turn pay to play?
No.
I don't think so anyway?
No. No.
And it's not
So
going to pay to
that's
win,
just
either.
to answer that question.
No.
So could you just go over the deck that you created and
yes.
seeing that you just got wrecked?
Is this a new deck you've made
I should
now?
be
or-
kinder. Seeing as you just got beaten, could you say like if your deck's got a weakness of how you could have made
Okay, so the number one thing
not to rub it in or anything.
yeah, the number one thing that could have been improved when I made this deck would be looking at the screen, because the problem is that you're just lacking like anything to get yourself started in this deck. If you don't draw those KGPs and get to 3 base attack with this deck, I mean instantly, 3 fight cards down we have 3 health cards, and it just gets worse from there. Like if you don't draw those KGPs, you're just going to have a horrible time. There's almost... Let's check out the rewards. 16 armor for a raptor. Like, if you've almost got as much gold as you do armor in a raptor deck, I'd reevaluate your decisions. I'd put it that way.
Gold's quite poor as well.
Yeah, I'm going to end up like with a stack of... Well, you saw me with that Saradomin brew. I was just like, I have nothing to use this gold on and no armor to heal off of, so I'll take my 2 health and leave.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So again, Raptor's very much based on gaining armor, sometimes sacrificing his health or his gold or his attack even for armor.
Yeah. I mean, you want to hold on to that attack, but
yeah,
like,
but sometimes it's
health
kind
is
of
the real risk that you run when you play
and
Raptor.
basically you're tanking it until the end and you're kind of aiming to get to the end fight. I think that's kind of like the base
Yeah,
Raptor
I'd say
strategy.
that's like the base Raptor strategy. I mean, you can go for a more aggressive, stacking up that base damage and playing a lot of strike cards to just kind of like pummel your opponent into the ground before that fight. But you might have a rough time with that against a Linza or something, because she essentially can sort of do that a lot more naturally. Raptor can be pretty scary though if he gets his base damage up.
Okay.
Can you grab
thank
one
you
of the
for showing us that.
questions? Are we okay to grab one of the questions?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So this actually came up on Twitter from RuneScape. So do the cards you replace at the start, so in the mulligan phase, do they get discarded for the entire game? So no, they don't. They just get replaced. So that card will get removed. It won't get drawn again in the mulligan phase unless you have 2 of them. So that specific card won't get drawn again in the mulligan phase, but you will encounter it, or you may encounter it again in subsequent draws. So it will come back. So it's not completely discarded.
Yep.
Okay. So thank you for showing us that very successful
Very
game.
fruitful deck.
Yes. We'll let you log back into your own account, but in the meantime, don't do it for just a second.
That's
We're just
very
going to go over to the couch again and with a few more questions. So hi guys again, how are you doing?
First question, where can we send suggestions on ideas we have?
Oh, yes.
rschronicle.com.
Forums.
So we have /forums, or tweet us on Twitter, send us...
So yeah, we're all pretty much on Twitter.
Yep.
And you can also go onto RuneScape, Chronicle Reddit.
Yes, Chronicle Reddit is an awesome place. RS Chronicle Reddit.
Chronicle subreddit. So you've got loads of places to give feedback, and I think we're very open to feedback at the moment because it's
everyone on the team is reading it daily, and because we want to, and it's absolutely. So every good idea that's been posted in the forums, every suggestion, every kind of bit of feedback, we're taking it in.
Because ultimately we're making this game for you guys, so we want to make it as you like it, really. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. We definitely want to make a game for other people other than ourselves.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm making this.
I know it's great. I love this game. I love playing it as well. It's fantastic. But I think maybe we should expand our horizons a little bit.
Another one which is quite good, which has come up a couple of times, is how the ranking system works, and specifically how people are being match made. So a lot of people.
My iPad just
sorry.
Sorry.
So a lot of people talking about matchmaking and getting match made. Like I'm 26, I'm getting match made to a 45 or a 1 or something like that. So we do have matchmaking, and it will try and matchmake you to someone close to your rank. But what we wanted to do within the kind of early stages of closed beta is make sure people are getting games. So that's the most important thing for us. So whilst you might get put against people who are lower or higher than you at the moment, it's mainly because we want to make sure you're getting in games. So we do wait a little bit, but it's only a very small amount of time so that we can get you into games. So it will improve over time, but at the moment we've kind of kept it so that we're making sure you're in games. And on the ranked side of things as well, just to touch upon that, so at the moment we only have bronze. So a lot of you guys have amazingly already got to rank 1, which is awesome, and got loads of prestige points. So just to go over how that works is that in the future, hopefully in a few weeks' time, not going to say anything for sure, because we've still got to do some work on it, we will be unlocking the ranking system at large. So the ranking system consists of multiple tiers that you can go up, and every couple of weeks we'll do a promotion period. So at the end of a promotion period, you'll then get ranked up based on where you were. So we're looking at around the top 10%. So if you get to top 10% in a particular rank, a particular bracket, I should say, so that's bronze, you then get put up to silver, silver into gold, gold into platinum, I think it was, I can't remember, and then Diamond League is the top one. And also the prestige points, so how they'll work is that as you keep playing at rank 1, the prestige points you'll earn will push you higher into the next bracket when the promotion point happens. So when you get promoted, say you've got 14, 15, 100 prestige points, they'll push you that many points up into the next rank. So you can jump ranks and go up further based on how well you performed in that particular season.
Thank you very much for that. That was one of my questions. You have completely ruined it.
Sorry.
That's all right. So just a quick message. We are going to be sending out beta keys to every winner straight after this stream into your Twitch inboxes. So stay tuned after the stream and you'll get your key quite soon. That was just a quick message from the production team. Right, moving on. Where were we? So what I wanted to say, since we completely failed to show that on both the games we played, what rewards do we get for winning a game?
I keep speaking, so Pete, Pete can answer this.
Yeah, so at the end of the game, we reward chests. And inside chests, you'll discover that there'll be either things like soft currency, or tokens, sorry, or crafting materials. I believe you can also get cards and packs sometimes as well. Yeah. I've never had one myself. I've heard other people have, and I get really jealous and envious.
I saw Mod Durando get one the other day, so yeah, I can confirm it does happen.
Yeah. You also, so there's 3 tiers of chests. We have bronze, silver, and gold. The way it works currently is that every day you have a certain number of gold chests you can get from wins, and then those stop appearing and you start getting silvers instead. A few people have been asking questions about that, and so that's how it currently works. We might play with the numbers a little bit, we'll see what the feedback's like. Yes, and even if you lose a game, you still get a chest as well.
Okay.
So everyone gets something.
I think currently is it 3 gold, 10 silver,
and
then
bronze.
Infinite bronze.
Infinite bronze.
Yeah, so worth noting, obviously, like bronze you get very low rewards, silver kind of average, and gold is where you get a chance of getting
so
nice rewards.
You have a chance in some of the lower ones to still get really cool stuff. I mean, it's all cool stuff, I'm sure. You know, like you get a lot more. You're going to get a lot more the craft materials and more chances for the packs. Maybe, you know, the gold chests are basically the best ones to get.
So the other thing we get at the end of the game is obviously XP as well, right? Yes. So each of our legends has a progression path, and they have milestones to hit, and they can unlock basic cards. As the game kind of continues, we'll be expanding what sort of rewards they get out of hitting different levels. So yeah, when you complete a game, if you've acquired any XP, that will go towards those rewards as well.
I think it's worth noting that these cards that you get during the leveling of the characters, you can only get them with the leveling. You can't craft them, so you can't destroy them either, I don't think.
Yep, that's true as well. So they won't be seen in the crafting system. So when you have a look at the crafting system, that isn't all the cards you start with, and the cards that you unlock via leveling the legends up to level 10, I think it is.
At the moment.
Those ones won't appear in the crafting system. You have to level to get those.
Okay. I was kind of wondering if, so they've each got 99 levels. I was kind of wondering what happens when you reach that 99th level, but probably not something that...
Wait until someone gets there, and hopefully we put in the content before they get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Currently you won't get anything, but we're looking to add some cool stuff in there. We don't know what that is yet. Is it, you know, golden characters? Is it quest capes? Is it, you know, things like that. So ideas from the players is something that we really like. So anyone's got any cool ideas, then put them on the forums. That would be awesome.
Also, you shouldn't worry, because I think some people will be worried about leveling their characters and not encountering rewards, those milestones. I think during beta, it's fair to say that we can retroactively, you know, if we want to put like all these rewards in at different levels, which people have already surpassed, then they will get them.
You will get those rewards,
So it'll be retroactive, which is nice.
Yeah.
There is one more thing you get from playing games you're not talking about, which is the daily quests.
Oh yeah.
So every day you log in, you'll get a new challenge. It might be win 2 games as the Raptor, or defeat 50 enemies, or whatever. And you can stack those up obviously across multiple games. You're not going to beat 50 creatures in one game. When you finish that, you then can claim the quest. We'll give you some tokens. So you can then go and get some more packs with those.
So at the moment they're quite generous. So it's epic quests which you unlock after 20 levels. So after you level 20 in like all your characters, so not all your
across your characters.
Across your characters, thank you. They give you 100 token notes. That's the price of one pack of cards. And the other ones give you 50. So you can quite easily unlock a pack or more a day with those challenges.
Yeah, the epic quests are every 7 days.
Yeah.
The daily quests are every day, and the daily quests will either give you 30 or 50 currency. Basically, the 30 ones are easier to do. 50 ones are slightly harder.
We've seen some good feedback already on the forums about the balance of those and whether they're too easy and too difficult. We know, for instance, like the weekly ones, everyone's kind of smashed those already and completed them pretty quickly. So it's something where we're looking at the data. We'll start to share some of that as well and work out where we need to improve that to make sure that the value that you're putting into them is correct. So yeah, that's something we're going to be working on for sure.
Okay. One last question before we go over to the PCs to show off some more gameplay. What changes can we expect to see during the closed beta? So I guess we're going to be quite audacious.
It kind of depends on almost what the players kind of tell us is kind of what needs to be looked at. Like we're not lying when we say like we genuinely are interested in the feedback, and that's really going to shape our priorities over the next weeks. No, we hope that we'll make incremental sort of improvements to the game overall. There might be little card balancing changes throughout. I mean, it's a card game; it's inevitably going to happen at some point. And obviously improvements to features like crafting. And yeah, we'll just keep improving the game.
We've got a roadmap of bigger things that we've talked about. It's stuff like RuneFest and a couple of other kind of features behind the scenes that we haven't talked about yet as well. So whilst the main game that exists right now is something that people are really enjoying, we hope that a lot of the features that we're working on in the background are going to be as even more awesome, and also in the additional platforms as well. So people that maybe can't play on PC or enjoy playing on other platforms can enjoy the game as well. So that's going to be a big thing that we'll be rolling out over the next few weeks. The first update to the game we're aiming for is Wednesday, and that's going to include some of the stuff I mentioned earlier today. We're going to do a balancing catch up and talk about some things that we've had as feedback, and so we're going to try and get some stuff out on Wednesday as well to fix some of the core issues. As Chris and a couple of the other guys have been working on as well, we're continually updating the servers. Where we're finding problems, we're fixing those as well. So we're going to be trying to be as positive as we can about solving those issues as well. So anything you guys want to see within the game, we'll kind of take it into consideration and hopefully add it in as best we can.
Volume sliders, apparently.
Volume sliders.
Volume sliders everywhere.
And graphics options and borderless full screen window mode.
That would be nice.
That's something we need to add into the game as well. So there's a lot of stuff we haven't been able to add just because of the time we wanted to get it out there to everybody. So there's a lot still to do, but we're confident to get a lot of that done.
The audio sliders?
I don't think so.
No.
I seem to have seen some, but maybe I just got it.
It might have been. We've got stuff designed. We've got a lot of stuff designed. We haven't made it yet.
Okay, so we're going to head back over to the PCs, and what we're going to do now is kind of present one of the other legends. So we've shown Raptor quite a lot, so you've kind of got the gist of what Raptor does. So Mod Merchant's going to choose another legend and see if he doesn't get wrecked with this one.
Apparently Raptor loses.
And we're also, whilst I head over to the PCs once again, going to do another key giveaway. So let's give away 3 keys in each chat.
More keys.
What should we...
I think we should really show some support for Mod Merchant actually winning this next game.
Go Merchant.
No
Go Merchant.
Go Merchant.
Go Merchant.
Hashtag Go Merchant in the chat, please, now.
One of the things someone asked on the chat as well is different regions, specifically Dinas, the Elf City. So that'll be one of the things we will be bringing. We've already shown off a couple of the regions. So we showed off Mauritania. So that's something we're actively working on at the moment. And the Wilderness, I think we showed off as well. So there's 2 of them we'll be bringing into the game. And also, we are looking at a couple of the other ones as well.
Do you want to talk about page cards?
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah, we might as well mention page cards as well.
Let's do that, because that's kind of related to all that stuff,
so something we mentioned at RuneFest that isn't in the game right now, that we've actually played quite a lot in the office is page cards. So the pages right now look awesome, but currently they don't have much functionality, and that's going to change. So with page cards, what we're going to be doing is that within a game, a certain page will have a page card associated with it, and that will get drawn to you, and you can only use it on that page. And they will be slightly more powerful than the cards you might usually have, but you can only use it on that page. And all of them, correct me if I'm wrong, have also a benefit to your rival as well. So when you play them, you need to be really considerate about whether they're going to best improve your plans or change your plans, or whether there's something you just don't want to play at all. So, and they all come with an amazing animation that plays across the entire page. So we'll be kind of sharing those out in the next couple of weeks and get them into the game as quickly as we can. They weren't quite ready to ship when we launched the game, so we want to make sure they're right before they go out. They're going to be a really cool addition that we think people will enjoy as well. So yeah, that's a good point on page cards.
Looking forward to them.
Okay, so can we kind of explain what we've been doing with Ariane and what her kind of strengths and weaknesses are, please?
Yeah, I mean, if there's one legend I can play, it's probably going to be Ariane. It's so basically I did a very sort of standard Ariane opening. I mean, Alchemy is a fantastic utility spell for Ariane, especially coupled with the Geeker. It can just get you free gold. Like, Ariane is great. Her gold gain isn't too fantastic normally, but I've very much so designed this deck around being able to gain gold. If I can't gain gold in this deck, I don't have a very good time. So yeah, it's basically, essentially with the Alchemy in there, it allows me to hit those sort of early Earth Blasts, early Earth Waves that are really going to put me ahead in the game. Like this Raptor, he hasn't really had time yet to build up his survivability. He's not picking up too much base damage, so I'm assuming he's going to try to basically weather the storm. And my job is to outrace him. I need to kill him before he gets to a point where he is just not going to fall to anything that I try. And he's going to be able to take it to the final fight and just absolutely annihilate me. I mean, this is an interesting tactic that this guy's going for. He's actually using a lot of card effects to try to deal me damage, which is... It's interesting for a Raptor. I mean, I haven't really seen this coming out too much. I really like seeing new things like this. It makes it really interesting to play against. But I'm not sure if this tactic is going to work particularly well, especially as I see that he's got a Monolith Chamber up there, so he's sort of building this armor and then throwing it away. I'm not too sure how well this is going to work out for him. Of course, I'm going to say all of this and then I'm going to lose anyway. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, yeah, the Troll Shaman Earth Blasters are really strong. Some would call it potentially very strong combo at the moment in the game. It allows Ariane to, yeah, even more hit those early spells, really take the game to her opponent. When you're against an Ariane like this, what you have to do is just batten down the hatches and just try to weather the storm. Or try to burn my cards. Play cards like Scarface Pete, Mutineers, a lot of the pirate cards actually, steal my gold, steal my cards, and that will really mess up an Ariane.
How much health does your opponent have now?
4. It's
wow.
going well.
Wow,
it's
doing well,
yeah.
Go Merchant!
Come on! You're going to win a game.
I know, it's like, I try to be interesting, I try to do all this stuff, and then I just play Ariane and win. So, essentially, I'm getting one message of what I should keep doing. But yeah, so this guy...
so that's why it's nice that this is the deck that you've built.
Yes, this is actually, for the first time this stream, I'm just going to clarify, one of my actual decks. But yeah, this is actually one of my decks. So what you're seeing here is card advantage, like I mentioned earlier. Ariane having those cards, having those options. As you can see right here, I've got 2 or 3 solid ways I can win this round. And that is so powerful when you're doing card draw. This guy's not going to let me talk, he's going to hit the play button, so I'm actually going to lay down my cards before I talk myself into a loss. And we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to go for the Wind Surge. That's going to put me down to 1 base attack. I don't mind that too much. I can afford to take 6 damage from an Infernal Mage. So that's 12 health damage, direct health damage, bear in mind. Armor's not going to help him here. That I've got coming up, and then at the end I'm like, well, if you're not dead, you are now. There's an Earth Blast.
Bit of a gang.
So,
unless he has something really, really miraculous up his sleeve.
Which, which, you know, against normal damage, that would have saved him, but I'm playing an Ariane. Sorry, man, I don't care about armor. I'm going to burn your health. And so, yeah, unfortunately, his, I mean, shout out to him for trying something new. I'm not sure how well sort of like purely card effect, board manipulation kind of Raptor's going to work out for him. But I wish him the best. And that is a win on Chronicle.
Maybe a round of applause there for moderation. There we go.
Yeah. So it's worth pointing out, this is a silver chest, because I might have been playing Chronicle quite a lot already today. So I've used up all of my gold chests, so this is a silver chest. So yeah, I still get a nice little bit of soft currency in there. I get some crafting tokens. Actually, yesterday I got an entire card pack out of a silver chest.
Wait, so everyone gets card packs, apart from me.
It was my first game at home as well. I woke up in the morning, played a game of Chronicle, and got an entire card pack.
There's going to be like a line of code somewhere. It says, if Mod Fox logged in, don't give him anything. The cool stuff.
Change all AI to hard as well. Yeah. So that is a victory right there. Well played, Eternal. Thank you very much for the game. But I'm afraid that your tactics weren't quite up to scratch.
But it took you it took your third game to win.
Right.
It was a casual game. Maybe he made me try and get out.
We
deck
absolutely
that you just
should.
won
So
with.
the deck that I just played is called Aru. I don't know why. I typed. I was watching Futurama, and it's what Nixon shouts in Futurama, I believe. Yeah,
He does, yeah.
he does. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There we go. And yeah, so that's where this deck got its rather ridiculous name from. But yeah, so this is an actual Ariane deck that I made. So what it basically features around is tricking her way to gold with using her spells like Alchemy. Of course, Ali Morrisane, the classic, is in there because he is just a fantastic card. If you're not concerned about having a weapon, put those guys in your deck. Even if you are, I'd still say put them in. He's a fantastic card right now. There's also the Mimic. So I'm even saying, you know, I'm gonna admit I'm not gonna win in the late game. Like if you get me to even chapter 4, chapter 5, you know, likelihood is you've got to win on your hands. So I'm gonna trade off some of my health and get this gold. Like I don't need to carry this into the late game. I might as well get something that's actually gonna benefit me. And that means that the gold deck, I'll pull up the rewards here, 27 gold. Like I'm gonna be able to afford my spells, and it, you know, it seems so far like an excellent, consistent deck. Yeah, I've also got a lot of burn cards in here. Wind Strike, just things I can throw out of my hand for damage. I'm drawing a lot of cards, and one thing that people need to realize is that when you're drawing a lot of cards, you need to play a lot of cards. Like if you just draw cards and you end up with 10 cards that you can't use, you're gonna need to put down cards that you can't deal with just to get them out of your hand. So it's better to include some cheap cards that you can just burn away. So I've got this Wind Surges, I've got this Wind Strikes, they're nice little bits of damage, and it just helps me keep my hand fresh. It means that I can draw as many strategic options into my hand as possible. Moving on, I have a little bit of... I've got pies in there, Romilly Weaklax.
always
You
add
have to have
pies.
a pie.
Always have to have the pies. Yeah, there's actually a rule in Chronicle, you have to have at least one Romilly in your deck. And I've also got the Lady Heffen.
Pro tip.
That's not a rule, just to clarify. I've also got the Lady Heffen.
Whenever you start a new deck, there's Romilly already there.
Yeah, exactly. And if you try to drag it out, it just closes the client. It's great.
No, here, have these pies.
Yeah, exactly. You can choose how many pies you have, but you're having pies.
So
Seven, I
basically,
think,
you
is the
guys were
usual
inspired by the quest Let Them Eat Pie in RuneScape.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's why we made Chronicle, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and I've got Lady Heffen in there, which is an Ariane unique card. Again, it plays into that card advantage. There's a really nice bit of health coming out of that.
I like Lady Heffen cards.
Yeah, she's a fantastic card. Unfortunately, it's got the drawback of if you play that, you're not really going to be hitting that maximum damage Earth Blast or anything. I spoke on some of the podcasts. I spoke about how much I love Earth Blast. Earth Wave is a controversial card right now because it's like Earth Blast but completely crazy. You deal direct health damage instead of armor. However, you discard your entire hand. So this is the finisher. Like this is the gambit. You have to play this at the point in the game where you say, I'm going to win or I'm going to die right now.
You're not going to have any cards to play after it.
Yeah, you've
Pretty
got
much.
nothing. And the thing is as well, if you try to back it up by playing other cards after this, what you're going to find is it deals less damage. So it's almost like the safer you want to play this card, the less likely you are to succeed with it. So it's a real gambit. It pays off sometimes it doesn't. I'm very glad that it... Actually, I didn't even play an Earthwave that stream, so I didn't even have to take the risk. In my fight cards, I don't utilise them as heavily as I do adventure cards. I have a lot of utility in there. I've just got things like the imps, things like the peons for drawing cards. Again, it's all about playing into that card advantage. I've also got a Goblin Trickster, purely because when you play this against a Linza and see a Saradomin Godsword get discarded, it is hilarious. I've got a Giant Rat for the same reason. Basically, I don't like Linza very much. I like discarding her weapons for her. Yeah, Crawling Hand. Crawling Hand is a very important card in this deck. It can help you do two things. It can help you kill a Troll Shaman for a free Earth Blast, which is pretty decent. Or it can help you kill an Infernal Mage for a nice chunk of gold and a nice bit of health damage right there, which is really nice. The White Wolf, again, card advantage gold. In case you haven't wondered, there's a consistent theme in this deck, which is card advantage and gold. And you'll find that the most successful decks you make in Chronicle, you've established a couple of consistent themes with. That would be my sort of number one advice to deck building. Establish your goals and build your deck around it, yeah. So yeah, and that's my Ariane deck.
Perfect, thank you very much for showing us that. So be prepared to have copies of that online.
That's going to be a thing.
Basically going to be wrecked now.
You've got to let go of all those trade secrets now.
Okay, so we just had
lost my power.
Yeah, I've lost your mod power right now. We're going to go back over to the couch and answer a few questions from the chat. In the meantime, choose another legend that we're going to show off afterwards.
Good plan.
Cool. Welcome back to the couch, guys.
Hello.
Hello again.
Hi.
So, questions from the chat. Are we going to tease the new heroes?
Define tease.
Are we going to talk about them?
We can do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Or new legends, sorry, should I say?
So the two new legends that we have officially announced, we did tease another two at RuneFest, which people have been trying to work out. It's been fun watching. So Morvran and Venescula are going to be the next two legends that we launch. They're currently under construction. Max is working on some of their cards at the moment. They revolve around two two new mechanics really. That each time we update the game, we bring out a new legend. They're going to come with new mechanics, and Morvran's focused around. He's obviously the head Slayer Master. So Slayer Master is his kind of style. So he's going to be focused on beasts, taking out enemies, and also spawning enemies as well. So one of the things is we're going to look to spawn enemies into people's quest lines. So that's a new mechanic that we're playing around with. And like I said earlier, one of the things we're going to do is with any of these cards, we're going to share them with you beforehand. So anytime we're creating new cards, we're going to share them with you on the forums. You can check them out. You can tell us how OP they are and how they're going to break the game. And then we can try and edit them before they go out. We'll be playing them beforehand so we can get rough balance before they go out into the game. But we're going to try and push them out as early as we can once they're ready. So that's kind of his rough archetype and the kind of style of gameplay he's going to be playing around with. And then Venescula, obviously being a vampire, her big focus is stat manipulation, so draining stats from you, utilising them in different ways. So it's going to be a focus around that. A lot of her stuff is really interesting, and we'll be releasing more information about that kind of probably in the new year about what those legends are. We don't want to tease them too much because obviously there's some really cool mechanics there, and we don't want you to like look poorly upon the current mechanics. And the other two legends are just crazy. We're looking forward to talking about those. I think it's safe to say that we're all incredibly terrified by the new legends.
Yeah, pretty much.
The other two, so Morvran and Venescula, whilst they might sound a bit crazy, the two coming up after that are just truly insane, but they should be really fun. So I think that's a great thing about some of the mechanics of Chronicle. It's whilst some of the stuff you can see at the moment, that is the absolute basic stuff. The things that we have in the moment are really the simplest things that we've been playing around with. The effects that we've got lined up to go on the front of the cards, the different ways that we're going to be augmenting them and doing stuff to your decks, doing stuff to the length of quests and chapters potentially, is all really interesting stuff that we're going to be playing around with. So there's a lot of cool stuff to come from the game, and this is just the beginning from Chronicle's mechanics.
Okay, nice.
And we've still got cards that we haven't yet made for the existing heroes.
Yeah.
So you know we're trying to get through those to kind of get those into the beta.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll be coming as we make them. So hopefully we'll be injecting some more cards into the game in the next couple of weeks. You won't have to wait until next year, hopefully, for new cards. So we're going to try and get those out as quickly as we can, so we can balance them with you. You guys can work with us to make sure they're right for the game.
Okay. Another question from the chat from Miss Misty. I've seen it asked by a few other people. Can you tell us what the campaign mode grayed out at the bottom is?
We can say that it's grayed out at the bottom, and you can't click on it yet.
So obviously a new feature that's going to come soonish, or?
So that would be something definitely for next year. So the campaign is a single-player experience with multiplayer aspects to it.
Okay.
So
back to the mysterious voice again.
Yeah, do the mysterious voice. Yeah, so I wasn't going to do the trailer. Deep within the Hall of Legends. I didn't actually do the trailer. Yeah, there's a grayed out button. Hashtag 2016. No, we got some really cool ideas. One of our developers at the moment, I can't remember what is. Cool Paul, Mod Cool Paul, best mod name. Mod Cool Paul is currently working on the campaign, prototyping out its core mechanics. It's something we prototyped earlier in the year in a very kind of basic fashion, and it was so fun. And it was basically just a screen with a number on it that went up, and we had so much fun with it.
Really selling it there.
Yeah, I was really selling it. It's going to be awesome. But it's something that's going to focus much more around deck building than it is kind of minute-to-minute gameplay. So it's a single-player experience, but leverages multiplayer in a really interesting way. So that's all I can really say about it.
And it also, I think, we hope that it also feeds back into the main game, so that you can kind of play both aspects of you can play the campaign, you can play the rank mode, and kind of gain from both of them really, and really enjoy them, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and more questions from the chat. So plans for the store, we've covered that. How long is Chronicle going to be in beta before it goes live, or kind of open beta first in live?
When the players say it's ready.
Okay.
You know, we've got an idea of when we'd like to do that, but ultimately we need to make sure that the game's ready for that, and that the balance is right, that all the features that we've managed to get out there are right, and that you know, everything that you're playing right now feels like it's ready for more people to engage with. So, and like we've been doing today, we've been giving out more beta keys. We're going to be doing that every day. We've been dropping 1,000 keys every day. We'll be changing that as we go along and releasing more and more as we go along. So we'll be adding more people into the game, but we want to make sure when it goes into open beta and beyond that it's right. So we're going to be working with everybody to make sure that that's the case.
Okay. Mentioned giving away keys. We should give away some more right now.
Yeah.
So spam key in the chat. We'll pick out 2.
Keep it simple. Okay.
Keep it simple.
I've seen a few questions about people saying they've signed up for the beta but actually haven't received a key yet. I think it might be worth clarifying the reasons behind that.
There's a lot of people that signed up.
There are a lot, isn't there?
So a lot of people have actually signed up to get a key, and if you haven't had a key yet, we've only been giving out keys for the last 4 or 5 days. So please don't get disheartened. Obviously, spam key right now to try and get one. Mod Merchant is doing his streams almost daily now, giving out keys. A bunch of our other streamers have been sending out keys as well. Keep an eye on your friends as well. So one of the things we've done with the key drops is that we really wanted to make this about your friends. Like playing Chronicle with your friends is awesome, and each key comes with an additional 3 keys for you to share. So if you do get a key, if you do get an email, please share it. Either there's an awesome thread on the Chronicle subreddit, which everyone's been sharing their keys on. So if you do get one and you don't want to share with anyone in particular, just pop it on there. There's loads of people looking for one. So if you are having trouble, please go there. But if you have signed up, please don't get disheartened. You probably will get a key soon. So
we haven't lost your details or anything.
We haven't. We're not ignoring you. We promise.
Okay. I'm going to do a quick fire round of chat questions because
Cool. Okay.
it's already 20:09.
It's past my bedtime.
Still got
Wow.
some things to cover. So, okay, will it be available on Android too?
Hopefully.
Ideally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is something we're targeting. It's just something we need. It's going to be a lot of work, so we just want to make sure that we've got all the pieces in place. So yeah.
Okay. Will very rare cards have unique animations?
We would absolutely love to do that.
We would love to do that.
We want to do that.
We do.
Yes.
Want to do
Yeah.
that.
We talk
Okay.
about it a lot. I think Pete, you were talking about it on
We were.
Friday as well.
Yeah.
So it's something we definitely want to do. Rare cards right now don't feel rare enough. So yes.
Okay. Is there a limit to current friends list?
Yes, so it's 250. That
Okay.
we will change that. Also, I think Mod Merchant's found some problems with it recently because he's got lots and lots of friends on there. So if you are adding lots and lots of friends, you might run into problems. It's a bug we haven't encountered yet, so it is maxing at 250 at the moment.
Okay. Available from Mac?
As I said earlier, we are targeting Mac and Linux for next year.
Okay.
Hopefully early next year. It's something we want to focus on PC first because we know that it's a large majority of the RuneScape players can access that.
Okay. Will accounts be wiped after the closed beta?
So we are planning to do a wipe at some point, so that'll be a stat reset. But that stat reset will be when we feel like it's the right time to do it, and also it won't be everything that you've been doing. There will be something given back to you. So all the effort that you're putting in right now will be rewarded. So we'll work on what that is, and we'll talk about that on the forums. But we'll make sure that every effort that you put in will be rewarded, and also for all the closed beta players, everyone that plays the game during the closed beta, we'll be giving something special to them as well.
Okay.
Again, we haven't worked out what that is yet, but again, that's something we can discuss.
Okay. 2 more questions from the chat. Currently, the level up rewards are a bit too underwhelming. Once you stop getting new cards, will this be addressed?
Yeah. So we haven't actually made all the rewards we want to give away yet. Some of them are something we alluded to in the crafting system, the ability to upgrade cards, and the intention was to put some of those in there as well.
Okay.
So we'll be addressing those rewards in the future.
Okay, and last one from Donza RS. Will RuneScape and Chronicle have any crossovers, like being able to find cards in RuneScape?
Yes to the first point, don't know on the second point.
Okay.
There will be crossover. This is one of the biggest things we want to talk to the community about, because we want to make sure that it's right for both communities. Obviously, RuneScape players, if you do want to play Chronicle and you want that to be connected, we want to give you something. But on the flip side, we don't want to be intrusive to your scaping experience. And then obviously for Chronicle players, if you are coming to Chronicle brand new, if you've never played RuneScape before, you want Chronicle to be fair to you as well. So we want to make sure it's fair for everyone, and you know, it's something that's definitely up for discussion on the forums. Would be awesome.
I mean, it would be awesome to kind of acknowledge, essentially, you know, that these people play RuneScape, because we're a RuneScape game, you know, and that's a big part of the community that we want to kind of really acknowledge. That's the thing.
One thing worth mentioning on that as well is that a lot of people will notice that you've had to create a new Chronicle account to play Chronicle, and that's obviously, we talked quite a lot as you'll be able to use your RuneScape account, and that's something we'll be adding. So you will be able to use your RuneScape account. And one of the great things that we'll be adding as well is that you'll still always have your unique Chronicle username that you create, but we'll be adding RuneScape kind of almost like social networking to it as well, so that next to your name within Chronicle, if you've got your RuneScape account linked, you'll be able to search for that person as well. So if your name does get picked up, or you want to search your friend on RuneScape and you don't know if they've created a new name, that would be something you'll be able to search for as well. So we'll be able pulling that information over. We're also looking at making sure we can add all of your friends from RuneScape into Chronicle. Those are all features that we really want to do, and we'll be doing them as hopefully as quickly as we can, but there's obviously a lot of work that comes with that, as Chris will probably attest to.
Well, we've got a little team from a different department who's working on that stuff for us, so if you know people like Mod Bocco, those guys are working on sort of the account system and tying them together, and so we can get that, and also we're not distracted from making the game itself more
blame
awesome.
Boko.
Yeah,
well, it's easy to do because he's not next to us, so it's easy to blame someone who's kind of over there.
I'm probably getting a tweet right now about
probably
saying
true.
That.
Yeah. So that is our next giveaway. Spam blame Boko, hashtag blame Boko in the chat now. Are we going to be giving away how many? Should we say 10 keys? 10 keys. Blame Boko now. Cool. Thank you. If you've got more questions, please post them in the chat. We will try to pick them up. Right, I think it's time to go over to the gaming PCs again and to show off another one of the legends. Who do you reckon? Linza or Ozan?
Ozan.
Oh.
Ozan. I don't know.
Ozan.
We've already heard about the Linza hate from Mod Merchant, so
Okay.
We'll just underline the facts. I saw another question in there for the wipe. You will be rewarded on everything you do, and we'll give extra rewards as well. So your effort is not wasted. I can tell you that. Your effort is not wasted. It's going to be awesome.
Yay, Ozan.
Ozan v Ozan.
Oh, I was
in the deck.
Yeah, so
let's have a look at the deck first.
Ozonkers.
Ozonkers and dudes.
Nice deck name. Okay, so can you just explain to us kind of like what the gist of that Ozan is? Obviously, he's a thief in RuneScape, so it's probably
he is.
reflected.
So a lot of his cards are revolving around this sort of identity as a thief. He steals your money, he gives you money, he steals it back, he spends your money, he spends his money. There's a lot of money running around with Ozan.
He's basically a pretty woman.
Pretty much. One of the worrying things is that's not in this deck. This deck is actually based around the legendary card Lady Kelly. She's an awesome diamond card that I actually managed to unpack in my second ever pack on the live servers.
Nice.
And so I built a deck based around this. So while normal Ozan is very much so about this gold manipulation, I'm very much so around getting this Lady Kelly and then playing snapshots. So she says that she adds 2 snapshots to your hand, which she does. They are not drawn directly from your deck. They are actually generated and added straight into your hand, which allows me to take 2 more snapshots. And so theoretically what I can do with this is and snapshots don't consume weapon durability. So what I can do with this is kill Lady Kelly and then play 4 snapshots and deal 32 damage. That's the plan. How often it works, however, that's the reality. But yeah, so we're going to give this deck a spin. I'm going to show you it. I'll chat about it as I play it. I hope it works, because I'm not going to lie, sometimes this deck fails catastrophically, and sometimes it's utterly brilliant. So we'll see what goes on. It's always fun wondering if your strategies will work. I'm loving that Blame Boko is like still going in the chat.
Okay,
That's
so
amazing.
I'm playing against
I'm
Durando.
playing Mod Durando.
So it's the Mod v Mod face-off
This
right
is a
now.
mod showdown.
This is a mod showdown.
So these guys actually sit next to each other in the office, so
We
it's going
do,
to be a punch-up tomorrow, guys.
Durando will definitely be cheating as well.
Yeah, he will be watching
Probably
this.
watching the
I
stream.
know you're watching this, and I know you're cheating. Okay, so
Thanks for explaining your entire strategy, Merchant.
yeah, that also helps. I like that not only are you watching this, you've also seen every card in my deck. So yeah, this is going to go excellently. Okay, so with this deck, there's quite a unique mulligan to it that's not really that similar to a standard Ozan mulligan. So I'm just going to explain that quickly. Safe Spot is a fantastic card. It's a key card in this deck. What it essentially does is what it says on your screen. It discards a card and your next enemy loses 5 health. Lady Kelly has 7 health, meaning that she is then 1-hit killable in the first chapter. So what we do is we actually do a pretty aggressive mulligan trying to draw Lady Kelly, and as you know, I'm about to hit submit mulligan and I'm not going to draw Lady Kelly.
Wait for it.
There we go. So, essentially, what this means, actually, this could have gone a lot worse, it's worth mentioning. I can actually double safe spot here for a little bit of gold and a little bit of damage with that Yoga Shaman. So it could have been a lot worse. I'm going to take 4 damage, but I can deal with that.
So how are you going to handle when she appears and you've not got your safe spots?
That's where improvisation comes in.
Oh, there you go.
That's the sign of a true player, not thinking ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
So guys, we're going to do a hashtag Team Merchant giveaway as well. So if we can hashtag Team Merchant in the chat, please, we'll give away 2 keys for that.
There's a lot of love for hashtag Team Durando in the chat, actually.
Oh.
There is. That's why I'm trying to get some support.
Oh,
for
I
Team
see.
Merchant.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, double
fine.
support with some keys. There we go.
I think it's all he uses Twitter for. It's just him. That's all him. All those accounts are just Durando posting to Durando.
Watch out for Reddit threads tomorrow saying selling Chronicle keys blocks.
Yeah.
So you just lost your Captain Rovin. Is that a big deal? Or?
No, to be honest. Captain Rovin's very much so in this deck as a last resort. It's sort of like if I don't manage to draw Lady Kelly all game, I try to take down Captain Rovin, maybe buy a Saradomin Godsword or a D-Long with it. Sort of just gives me something to take into the final fight. This deck is very much so, it's not the most consistent deck, unfortunately, as is probably being demonstrated right now. However, when it does work, it is absolutely hilarious. And that sort of really signifies a lot of Chronicle. It's about balancing that risk and reward. Like, I took a risk by even playing this deck, I took a risk by making this deck, and I then took a risk by aggressively mulliganing loads of cards I could have used at the beginning. So that really illustrates that, you know, don't rely on, like, don't rely on your luck on this game. Like,
You were relying on 1 card there, to be fair. So
I was
one
relying-
card out of 30 in a deck.
I was relying on a little bit out of 1 card. We're going to get some damage out here, though. Darren Lightfinger's a great card. Discard 1 card, your next support costs 4 less. That's going to lower the Dragon Longsword to 1 damage. 1 damage? That hopefully not. 1 gold. I'm then going to snapshot, because why not? And then I'm going to ignore the fact that that's grayed out. That's a slight bug with the guidance system right now. I'm then going to gain a temporary attack and strike my rival. So he should take a nice little bit of damage in this.
So whilst we see the turn play out, there's a question saying, will there be a chat function in Chronicle?
I'll let Jim answer that. Take it away.
Thanks, Merchant.
You sent some emotes while you're there.
So yeah, it's important to note actually. So if the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is your character's little faceplate, you can click on that to emote to your opponent, so you can troll them if you like. But at the moment, we don't have chat in the game. It's something we've been looking into, and it's something we want to play around with in the future. But we've got to make sure we're doing it at the right time and making sure that the right features are in place. So yeah, it's something we really would like to do. One of the kind of unseen things that comes with chat is making sure that all the protections in place for it and all of the different rules surrounding how to use it are in place. So a lot of effort actually goes into deciding whether chat's a good idea or not, and it's something we'll be putting into the game when we're ready to do so. So yeah, it's something we really want to do. We want to make sure it comes into the game at the right time, and we've got all the infrastructure in place to do so. So it sounds like a funny thing, is that it's just chat, but actually a lot goes into making chat. So
It's just words, though, right?
It's just words.
Just words on a screen.
Making sure it's safe, and also making sure that we've got everything there to track anything that's happening.
There she is.
So just drawn Lady Kelly.
Yeah, so we just got Lady Kelly out. However, I'm playing Mod Durando, who is going to be watching this and using everything possible to his advantage. And Raptor has a certain card called Bash, which...
Don't give him a hint.
I don't think he needs the hint to bash me if I'm
You can
getting
see
away.
because he's waiting for the timer.
There's also
because he's about 10
higher level one,
seconds
I forget
delayed.
the name. So higher
Oh, there's
gold cost.
Slam as well.
Slam,
Yeah,
yes.
there's Slam, which
he's not.
will...
Oh, he's not
He's
done
not
it.
actually using it.
Is he not bashing? Is he going to kill me, though? That's my other concern.
He might not have it in his
Oh, he
deck.
got a lot of armor off that Ice Nihil. Ice Nihil is a great card to play if your opponent has a weapon, because it's not base attack, it is entire attack. So if they're holding a massive weapon, kill an Ice Nihil and just stack up armor. It's a good Raptor tip. But yeah, I'm hoping I don't see the bash come out here, because if I don't see the bash come out, I can deal a lot of damage next time. Whether it's enough is another thing.
Just hidden by the...
Yeah, the Emasculate Ruins are are certainly going to run the risk of hiding a bash right here. So as we sweep around the pillars, we're going to see an open road, and that's what I wanted to see. Of course, he's still first, so this just means that Durando's playing with me and keeping it for the first slot of the next round. But you know, I'm so going to get bashed here. You need to get like your PJ Salts ready for the chat, because the bash is going to come in, and it's just going to be devastating. There's only a few hundred viewers that I'm about to get incredibly salty in front of. Okay, yeah, so here we go. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go for the snapshots. We're going to try to steal a little bit of gold, maybe disrupt some of his plans. And we're also, actually no, we're going to go for the Romilly first, because I feel like he's going to be dealing damage to me.
Wouldn't it be worth securing your D-Long in case he does do a bash?
No, because you see I'm only using 1 durability. So I'm not going to...
If he bashed you there, the first card...
Yeah. Yeah, you see, that's an option, but again, you can also say, wouldn't you rather have it next round?
True enough.
Because with the Romilly and the Alcarid, I'll be able to buy next round.
True enough.
And hopefully just draw some more of the snapshots out, because there should still be 2 sitting in my deck.
I hope he doesn't bash.
He's going to bash.
Yay!
Hey!
There it is.
PJ Salt's in the chat. They're already in the chat. Like, that's preemptive saltiness. That's terrible.
Those are Durandos again, surely.
What's that?
It's Durando doing it again.
Yeah, it's probably, yeah, I mean...
All those accounts.
I mean, I've spoken to some of those people before, and now I'm just convinced that they were just Alex. Like, I think he's playing the long game. I think that's just PJ Salt's going off. Yeah, that's what happens if you get bashed with a weapon. It's not a great advert for buying weapons, but trust me, if you get over 2 durability, you're fine. It's just Ozan, I'm running that risk. I don't have anything to increase my durability in this
is why you should be playing
Lindsay.
Linza.
Still hit for
This is
why you shouldn't badmouth Linza so much. I voted Linza.
Yeah, I'm just going to go home, okay, I'm going to make a nice cup of tea, and I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to play about 200 games as Ariane, and then go, I feel better now. That's what I'm going to do. No, I am very much so an Ariane player through and through, but I do love the other legends. I have a lot of fun experimenting with the other legends. I think it's good to have a sort of legend that I'm taking quite seriously and I'm trying to build a relatively competitive deck for. And then I love just some of the mad stuff you can pull off, so I'm really experimenting with the other guys.
We're saving the best for last, because Linza for me is the best legend.
Yeah, Linza's your favourite?
I think she's my favourite, yeah, for the minute.
Yeah, Linza's pretty cool. I do like Linza.
Or I do actually quite like Ozan at the moment, because I saw a deck on Reddit and kind of inspired.
Yeah,
was a deck inspired by it, not complete carbon copy.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that's quite.
No,
we
know you're net decking already. That's
I am
fine.
net decking, yeah.
But no, yeah, we've
net decking.
I've seen some absolutely terrifying Ozan decks on the ladder. It's one of the ones that I struggle against, because if he manipulates my cards, if he manipulates my gold costs using things like Brugson, I have a terrible time. If I can't afford my spells, bear in mind, if you can't afford something, you don't get it back in your hand. Like, you leave it in that chapter. So if you make an Ariane like unable to afford her spells, and she just has to leave them, like, that's such a powerful tool to have. I am, however, about to get vanquished by Durando. I've been trying to talk to distract you all from that fact, so just don't look at the screen, just look down in this little corner right here.
So, you're
Nothing's
on a what
happening.
Now?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going to get this off the screen. Just
okay.
not gonna. I don't know what that's. I don't know what that would. Just
so before we
go back on the main menu.
Before we finish off with Linza and finish this stream by showing off Linza, let's head over to the couch for a few more questions. Final questions for this stream. So I've heard that Jim has to leave soon.
I know. It's past my bedtime.
Pick him up.
It's past my my mum's coming to pick me up. We've got school in the morning.
We all have school in the morning. That's true. Anyway, so I think we need to wrap this up. Talking about like if there are any big changes planned for the minute. I know that I was mentioned to me that maybe Ozan's going to have a bit of a revamp at some point. Is that something that you guys have decided on yet? Or?
Yes. No. So we think Ozan's potentially missing some really kind of big draw cards. Sorry, not as in card draw, sorry, but kind of big effect cards, which may be high priced, just to really add a little bit more kind of obvious synergy and purpose to some of his combos. And so that's one thing we're thinking about, trying to add those in.
Okay.
Yeah.
How will it work after the beta test? So if people buy stuff, will they get their money back? Because I know that we want to kind of put some like in-game purchase options during the beta. How will that work? Will people get their money back, their currency back?
It all depends on when we do any kind of resetting or anything like that.
Okay.
Hopefully when we start to put any kind of real money purchasing within the game, we're much more confident with the balance of the game and won't need to do any more stat resets. but that will all depend on where we are at the time, and we'll really kind of heavily communicate any plans we have around that time. So that won't be until early next year that those things happen. So yeah, if that does happen, we'll really clearly communicate how things are going to work and the process for all of that.
Okay, and just to clarify, we haven't got a date for the open beta yet.
No.
So it's not something we're going to rush into.
No.
So sorry for those of you who don't have a key yet. It's not that we don't want to give you one, we just want to kind of make a game that's we're very happy with first.
Absolutely, yeah, and
Sure
share the
good.
development process. And I hope we've shared a lot thus far, and we're going to be sharing a lot more on the forums, the stats, how things are working, so that you can be as clued up as we are about how the game's performing, and give us the feedback that we need to make it better.
Okay. So I think that's all the questions I have there. I'm just going to check if we've got any questions in the chat. Someone asking if you can play Mod Merchant. I need to rectify that question as can I wreck Mod Merchant, because it's probably what's going to happen.
Oh, I have feelings.
Sorry. It's that deep voice of yours. It kind of. I've got a whole list of winners that I'm not going to read out because there's so many here. But well done to everybody who won a key. We'll be contacted very soon with your beta keys. Last things that I want to mention. This is the first stream we've done for Chronicle. I mean, excluding like the RuneFest streams, which was a bit special. We're going to be doing much more of these.
Definitely.
Hopefully seeing some of you guys back on the couch, back on the gaming PCs.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be doing some dev Q&As, some more feature driven streams, for example some unboxings, some like let's play with Ariane for now and see how we get on. And yeah, we're going to do some let's play sessions. So that Mod Merchant and I are probably going to be doing some gaming sessions, trying some different times as well. So like we want to do something maybe on a Thursday midday. So that's Thursday midday our time. So it kind of catches a lot of different people at a lot of different convenient times. See how that goes. So we're going to experiment a lot with streams as well. It's very like open beta for the streams as well here.
Yes.
So is there anything else that you want to wrap up with before we go over to the game PCs to show off Lindsay?
I think just in general, thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone to come and play the game. It's been awesome. Like, it's been so amazing for us over the last few days since we launched the game to see so many people playing and enjoying the game. The feedback's been brilliant. We just need that to continue so we can keep making better. And stick with us in terms of the updates. So we're going to be updating the game on Wednesday. We're going to try and do that for the next few weeks up until Christmas as best we can to get as much change into the game, the new cards as quickly as we can, so that we can get them into your hands. So you're seeing the game evolve with the feedback that you're giving us rather than waiting too long for it. And also just keep sharing those keys. So when you do get a key in your inbox, make sure you're sharing it. Like I said, there's an awesome thread on Reddit that you can check out. Yeah, I guess you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. All I would say is get onto the forums, please. Give us your ideas. We've seen already great ideas and great opinions for like how balanced cards are, but there's also people coming out with ideas for game modes, and those are just as much of an interest for us as well. And so please do that. Also, maybe if you see Mod Merchant online, just go easy on him. Because he can't seem to win many games.
If he's not playing Ariane anyway.
Oh, that's true, he's not playing Ariane. That's it, yeah.
But harsh.
Very harsh, yeah. I feel like we've been overly harsh with you
What's
today.
that, John? Did you say you wanted me to do this again?
You already signed up for it. You can't say no.
But no, for me personally, it's been a fantastic release, and seeing people playing it really makes me very happy. And so, yeah, I mean, I think I speak for a lot of people on our team, which is, just seeing everyone play the game just makes me more enthused. Kind of really wants me to make the game even better. So everyone's really keen to.
For the past few days,
it's been great. It's been really great.
You've been walking on with smiles on your faces, like huge smiles, which has been nice.
Yeah. I'm not too sure I can take off this t-shirt anymore. I might just wear this now forever.
You've been wearing it lightly too. I mean, they can't smell it, but...
Oh, sorry, man.
And these lights...
I thought
these lights are so hot.
I think I've got a sunburn.
I didn't have nose pegs, but I thought it was inappropriate for the stream, so... Yeah.
It would have looked a bit strange, I think.
Would have. Anyway, so I'm going to head over to join Mod Merchant, but thank you very much, guys, for joining me. So if you have any questions for these guys, you can hit them up on Twitter, I think. So it's Mod Genesis, so at JXGenesis, at that Jim, I think it is.
JX that Jim,
at JX at Jim, at JX Fox.
That's right.
And at JX Max.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I'm at JX John, but I probably can't answer most of the questions. But feel free to tweet me anyway. Just blame me for something, and that'll be fine. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, guys. And we're now going to go over to see Lindsay.
Right. We are going to be back with the last game of the night. It's going to be a Lindsay game. Going to quickly chat through my deck so you can understand why I lose when it goes wrong. So yeah, it's a fairly standard Linzer deck. I've been seeing quite a few Linzer decks posted online, which is awesome to see. We're going to see a nice amount of gold gain hopefully come in, which will basically set me up for just this long string of upgrading my weapon. I'm a bit less afraid of striking than some other Linzer players. I've got a lot of strikes in there. I've got things like my Revenant Demon, Revenant Orc. I've got a Green Dragon, which is just my tank buster card. I've also got a Chaotic Rapier, like Raptor's running rampant right now. So I've kind of tailored this deck to smash into a Raptor. Raptor? That's a great name for a Raptor ramp deck. I'm like trademarking that. That's fantastic. But yeah, okay, so I've basically spoken to that deck a little bit. It's a very standard Linzer deck. Anybody who's played Linzer or seen a Linzer game will understand the sort of things I'm going for in this. So it's also got the best name of all of my decks. Let's go for it. I'm going to have gold issues this game. I have a feeling that you can see the future, my friend. And I'm against the one and only Mod Ronan. But that is, what a fitting way to end the stream.
You're against Mod Ronan.
I am against the one and only
Mod Bolkat.
The meme kid, the community memager.
Mod meme.
Mod meme. I feel like we've just been really mean to him, and I have to qualify that I actually quite. You can't be too meme to Ronan. I was just saying like meme man. Like,
meme.
It's taking over. That's amazing.
Do you just mulligan your whole draw there?
Yes, I just did. That's called the man mulligan. Where you get an entire, the mulligan man, where you get an entire mulligan and you just throw everything away and you go, no, I'm alright, I'll take 6 new cards, thank you very much. So I just want to echo that sentiment as well. Thank you guys so much for even showing interest, like, we really appreciate it. Give any feedback you have, we read through it all. I say that all the time on my stream, but I mean it every single time I say it. It means the world to us that you're even here watching, so thank you guys very much.
Yes, thank you very much for tuning in.
Absolutely.
That is something I forgot to say on the couch, and I should have done.
No, we say it a lot, but like,
yeah.
we say it a lot because we mean it that much. Like, we legitimately mean, like, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It means the world to us. Community
memager.
Yeah,
that is definitely Mod Ronan's new job role.
The best thing is, when I first joined this company, one of the first ever times that I met Mod Ronan, I called him the community memager. And now that I've become a community memager, we've gone full circle.
Yeah. Yeah. That means you have to start making a lot of memes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm glad that I have guys like Ronan around me who, you know, like, they're just meme incarnate. It's great. Merchant's slowly turning into a meme. The meme chint.
So guys, just quickly, all the keys that have been won tonight, we're going to do one last giveaway, I think, right now. So all the keys that have been won during tonight's stream are going to be sent to your inboxes after the stream.
It's got to be memes for that
the
last
names
giveaway.
of the winner. No, I've got another one. The winner names will be posted in the chat. And if you enjoyed this and want to hear more about Chronicle, be sure to follow the Twitch channel, because we're going to be doing a lot more streams. So if you want to get a notification or just be in the know when we're doing something, just follow the channel. That is great. We haven't got a subscribed option yet. It's something that we're going to look into at some point and probably do something similar to the RuneScape subscriber mode, which is basically we give the money that we gain to charity and you get some membership. So this would be kind of the same. We'll try to give you something in exchange and donate to charity at the same time. That is what we're aiming for. I can't promise what we're going to do yet though, because I don't know. So, the hashtag that I want...
Test-him-1. That is the meme of the week.
Test-him-1.
Test-him-1.
I feel we should do 2 giveaways now. Okay, let's do a first one with Test-him-1. That is the next one. We're going to give away 5 keys with Test-him-1.
Tim, I love that because Tim's such a great guy. Like, a lot of people don't realise how much he's developed for RuneScape. He's one of the longest serving developers here. He's made some legendary content.
Oh, I just realised who it is now. Okay.
Yeah,
he is.
He's a legend. He's a RuneScape legend.
He is a
like it's
he's a Chronicle RuneScape legend.
Yeah, he now is. Yeah, he's given so much to all of the games that we've made. What?
You didn't get the pun.
Did I not get the pun?
Well, he's a Chronicle RuneScape legend. That's the title of the game.
That is the title of the game.
Okay, yeah.
I got the pun.
Funny. Okay,
I got the pun, and then I was just like, nah.
If we're going to be streaming together, you need to get used to puns.
Sorry, or you just need to get used to me absolutely blanking them.
Yeah.
You could go for that option as well.
I didn't mean you have to laugh at them. I'm just saying you have to get used to I'm going to make them.
Well, I did whip out a terrible pun on Twitter earlier today. I felt awful. Yeah, Test-him-1 is a meme, not a person.
So Test-him-1, I think you can safely stop spamming that. We've got our 5. And the next one, the last one, we're going to go for a classic. I'll announce that in a sec.
Go for a classic. I'm wondering what the classic is. I'm excited to hear this classic.
It's nothing exciting. I just think it has to finish on that.
Rip Ronan.
Rip Ronan as well. But
Yeah.
It's not going to rip Ronan.
Need some Chris Archies in the chat for when Ronan inevitably meets his fate. Although he did pull that Kale card the other day, he was super excited about that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
Kale is a fierce card. Yeah, I've just got bashed. Oh, I got Cal fighted or bashed. Oh no.
Yes, you did. You weren't paying attention.
That's terrible. That's what happens. I get distracted by Test Tim 1 in the chat, and
Cool. So the
he
next.
taunted me as well.
Yeah, we missed that.
This is getting ludicrous. This is unbelievable.
So the last giveaway that we're going to do today, guys, is going to be a Kappa 123 in the chat.
Kappa 123. That's a classic.
That is a
I
classic.
like the Test Spark Mac. That's pretty good.
Let's Spark Mac, nice.
Test Smoke Specs 1.
So yeah.
The chat. How you chat game.
Sorry.
Do you want to show the chat in the game? Or not? How you can talk?
So yeah, we can.
Oh yeah, sure. So basically, a really useful thing to use,
We've got the
especially
Kappa
if you
123s in the chat right
That's-
now. It's
that's
awesome.
great.
Just keep that going.
keep the
We're
Kappa 123s
going
going.
to choose however many mod Kaleo wants to choose.
One of the great things to do, especially if you come up against Mod Ronan, is use the emote system. So if you just click on your character portrait in the bottom left, you get whole options of emotes right here. Hopefully there's going to be more. Right now they're hilarious though, they're really great. So if you're against Ronan, the only one that you're going to want to be using is Taunt, and potentially Sorry when you absolutely wreck him. Although I am about to lose to him, which is going to be ironic, but you
You
know.
definitely need to add a.
I just got Broxen. Like, I shouldn't help Ronan build decks, because this just happens to me.
You should definitely add one in there which says bowl cut.
Yeah, we should. It's just a picture of a bowl. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, you can absolutely do that. You know, there's even some semi-not sarcastic praise ones in there. I mean, Ariane's is wonderfully sarcastic. I don't know if you see.
Just made your Saragod sword.
Yeah, I know. He's not giving me a
I
good
can't
time.
remember
right
which one Ariane's is. I'm sorry.
now. Ariane's, I believe, it's just like, huh, good work. And it's like what you say when somebody spends ages doing something and you hate it. You're just like, good work. Yeah. I hope you like the taste of failure. Is pretty good as well. But yeah, I'm just going for the pacifist approach. I'm going to pretend that I didn't want to win. I'm going to get messages from Ronan on everything ever taunting me immediately after this, so I have to be prepared.
He's going to carve it into a stone and put it on your desk tomorrow.
He is. Well, he's not going to win any other games tonight, so he might as well spend his time doing
Ooh.
something better.
Nice
Like,
burn.
look at this. The trash coming out from Ronan. I was going to buy another one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, like, I have no way to win this, so I'm just going to hit him once and then, like, just take my hands around the keyboard. This is when I buy the sword and get bashed straight away. That's what's going to happen.
He's probably watching anyway. So.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's got no honor. That man's watching the stream. Oh, look at him. Is this the open road arrogance? Is this what we're
So
going to see?
Brobson Streams is asking how long it's going to be in beta before we go live. We don't actually have an ETA yet. It's something that we're basically going to decide on when it's ready. It's ready. Sorry about that, but we just don't have a real estimate right now. We've got an idea of what we want to do, but it largely depends on what you guys think.
I mean, we're giving away lots of keys. There's going to be a lot of chance to get in the beta. And then realistically, like, the more feedback and everything that we get, like, potentially the quicker that the beta will be ready to go live. So, yeah.
So just worth mentioning that this will be an open beta at some point. So before it goes live, it will be open beta. So everybody will get a chance to play it before it goes live.
Absolutely. I've just had Highly Sin be a hero and tell me that Jagex Ronan is in the stream.
Yes, he is.
So that explains a lot, because let's be honest, Ronan doesn't win that many games normally. It took him about a week and a half of solid playing to hit rank 1, which is... That shows that you don't get many win streaks. But yeah, that is Ronan. Notice how I don't have him added as a friend, and I intend to keep it that way. I am, of course, kidding. That might be a minor bug right now. But yeah, so that was Linza. As you can see, I'm not particularly good as Linza. My decks for Linza aren't the most creative. I tend to just go for the very standard approach, but I'm not very good at playing it, unfortunately. Linza has been terrifying on the ranked ladder, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pulverized for 32 earlier today.
Ouch.
Which, yeah,
I think the best
hurt.
pulverize I did was for like 24. It's still not too bad.
That's pretty solid. Like, you just need to do a little bit more damage in the round.
I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like Linza. I unlocked a card which is called, I forget now. It's quite a cheap card that allows you to make your opponent lose 1 attack.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's Dust Devil.
Dust Devil.
I can show you that card.
So I unlocked.
So this is Dust Devil.
So I unlocked Dust Devil and I added it to my Linza deck.
Yeah.
And basically, I had like 3 people quit the match, and after I played that, because it was really.
Dust Devil's brutal.
You have that first turn, first card played, you play first. It just completely wrecks the whole.
Yeah, if you're against a high rank Linza, be very careful in your opening round, because there's a good chance you're going to get Dust Deviled to be honest. Playing Durando real quick. Miss Misty, please make sure you beat Durando. He's already had too many victories tonight.
Need to save face on this. So
we do need to save face. I need to back everyone in beating Durando. That's the plan.
So I think that's about wraps it up. Have we got anything else that we need to show that hasn't been shown?
Nothing that... I mean, I'm always on Twitter.
The store page?
Yeah, there's the store page. You can have a look at this awesome store if you like. Got some nice dust that opens. Yeah, as you can see, these things are currently locked, but if they give you an indication of some of the stuff that we're trying out, then that's very good. But yeah, we're trying out all sorts of cool things for the store. You're going to be able to buy some awesome stuff for your guys. So yeah, definitely cool stuff coming. There'll be more details on that at a later date.
Okay.
Right now, you can just buy card packs, and card packs are pretty good, so I'll take that.
They're definitely very good.
Yeah. Any other questions and stuff? I'm always on Twitter. I'm always on the subreddit. I'm on the forums. Chances are, if you shout at me, I'll hear you and I'll get back to you. So yeah, any questions about the game whatsoever from today's stream, don't hesitate to hit me up. It's JX Merchant on Twitter.
Yeah, so at JX Merchant. I can also answer questions. I was saying earlier I couldn't, but I can. So at JX John, don't hesitate either. We are both very open to hear your feedback and to be able to. So you just wrecked Durando.
I have.
So that's probably actually best than the defeat that you had because you just wrecked him.
Yeah, like he could wreck me in Chronicle, I'll just wreck him at real life, at having friends. Yeah, I'll IRL 1v1 him and being friends, and I'll win.
Yeah, 1v1 me and the Wildy, mate. Anyway, that wraps up our stream today. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Again, thank you very much for playing the beta, for sharing your thoughts. I know a lot of you are really enjoying it. Please ask to be patient to those of you who haven't got a key yet. You will at some point. You'll be able to play the game. I think it's an awesome game. I'm not saying it just because I'm on the Chronicle stream.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Decent game. Decent game.
I've been playing it at work a lot. I shouldn't, but I have. Trying to brush up on my skills. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. And we will see you very soon because we're going to be doing a lot more streams.
We are.
I think the first one we're going to do together is maybe next week. Depending on our timetables, but we're going to try to do one on Thursday. Stay tuned for that. There'll be more details on the forums, on the Twitch page, and on our Twitter feeds.
On the topic of streaming, it's also quickly worth mentioning that there's already a bunch of great streamers for Chronicle. You should absolutely go check those out. We've had loads of guys. There's too many to list. Guys like Anthropic, Cryos, Injection.
Shout out to Anthropic,
There's been loads. Yeah, Anthropic's a lovely guy. Now, they're all great. I'd thoroughly recommend you go check out some of those streamers. They're fantastic. So if you can't wait, there's plenty of good guys.
There's a lot of love in the chat right now.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I agree with everything John said. Thank you so much for just for watching tonight. It means a lot. It means the world to us that you turned up, guys.
So Anthropic,
you just missed your shout out.
You just missed your shout out. Yes, you have to watch back the whole stream to see your shout out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to end it there. Bye bye, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much, guys.